Welcome back to the channel. Ghost of Yotei deep dive gameplay just dropped. The game is coming out October, so let's see how they improved on what I would say was a pretty flawless Ghost of Tsushima. Let's see what they were able to innovate and why we should go back and play this game in October. Let's check it out.
Hello everyone, this is Jason.
Holy shit, is this gameplay? Well, they're alleging that this is a mixture of gameplay and in-game cinematics. Camera angles adjusted. So we can't call this gameplay yet, although I'm seeing some alias in here. So it could be. Ghost of Tsushima looked very good, so nothing stops this game from looking as good or maybe even better, if that's possible.
Jason Connell and Nate Fox from Sucker Punch Productions. Ghost of Tsushima was an honor to be a part of. And today, Nate and I get to share more about our next game, Ghost of Yotei. We'll be sharing how we've crafted the game around exploration while keeping Atsu's tale of vengeance front and center. We'll also talk about ghost combat and how it's evolved. And we'll introduce for the first time some new special modes of play.
Okay, so new modes, ghost combat. So what does that mean? Is that like the multiplayer format? That game, I never actually played that, even though I played on the game, but I just couldn't be bothered. Let's see.
Well, let's start things off first by talking about Japanese folk legend, the Onryo.
The people of Ezo believe Atsu is an Onryo, a wrathful ghost bent on revenge. And they're half right. Atsu doesn't care if she lives or dies, so long as she can punish the Yotei Six, a ruthless gang who slaughtered her family. After 16 years in the South, she's returned home to put their spirits to rest. It's warm memories of her family that propel her forward. When Atsu returns to her childhood home, with the push of a button, you can experience those cherished times.
Okay. It seems more like story stuff. I don't think this will be going on throughout the entirety of the game. And I'm sure you'll be prompted to do so. I don't know. I don't see the application yet, but
By giving you the freedom to explore Atsu's past, the wound of her loss becomes personal. It's that pain that pushes her forward. Hunting down the Yotei Six is a near impossible task. She'll face 1,000 blades. But the Onryo is relentless, and with each victory, the ghost story around her grows.
I guess there was just no way to make another samurai / dishonorable way to fight without making it a pure tale of revenge. So she has to learn sword mastery, and she has to use underhanded tactics in order to gain revenge on these more powerful people. So truly, the concept makes sense. Let's see. I just want to see gameplay.
Ghost of Yotei focuses on player.
The graphics are next level. It's anything like this. Oof, not bad at all. You can see the small clouds in the distance. They're using the same hideouts gameplay. Which, it's a good enough formula. Nobody has changed or innovated on it yet. But it works.
Freedom more than any game Sucker Punch has ever made. But it's also a game that at its heart is inspired by so many of our favorite wandering samurai films. So let's start off by talking about exploration at the edge of Japan. We all have different playstyles, so we set out to make an open world game that lets you drive your own experiences.
Man, the color palettes are as wonderful as before. This looks so nice and artistic.
Whether that's your curiosity to wander, your thirst for combat, or a deep desire to stay focused on the story. As you explore, there's an underlying clue system that invites you to new adventures in new areas of the game that could be appealing to you.
Enough!
If you interrogate an enemy, choosing to ask about the Oni, you could uncover a landscape scarred by fire with more bold, samurai-like enemies to fight and abilities for Atsu to learn. Or, if you ask about the Kitsune, it might lead you to an area filled with snow and deception, enemies that ambush you, and new ninja-like tactics to study.
Okay, I saw the ambush. Right. Let's see what the last one is.
Atsu draws cards for each clue to keep track of all available adventures. The more you play, the more the game unfolds for you.
Okay, so it seems like a level system. So you have different types of missions. I guess it's a very, very clever framing device. That's all you can do at this stage if you don't want to develop a game from scratch like Death Stranding was. But this is just a very clever way to frame the tropes that have already been tried and tested, these types of missions. If you remember, like Witcher 3, where the map is just filled up with question marks and you have to go and find out whether it's a monster's nest or, what type of monster is there. All those points of interest, right? So think of this like a point of interest, but different types of points of interest. So I'll call this a clever framing device. It's not really an innovation, but it's clever.
As she makes progress against the Yotei Six, her legend as the on-rail grows.
It's her.
Bounty will go up, drawing the attention of deadlier foes.
Are you lost?
I'm looking for some old friends. The Yotei Six.
Show her the door.
There is a hefty price on Atsu's head. Now, Atsu can also hunt down her own bounties that bring her all around the land. This is a lucrative way to make some money to fuel her vengeance quest.
Okay, but it seems okay. I think that's not bad. Honestly, it's pretty straightforward so far. There's just not much to say.
You're not on plan, Eguchi. You're here for my bounty.
Hidden in the world are altars of reflection. Finding one inspires Atsu and unlocks a new ability to help her on the journey ahead.
Did you see that? You slide the touchpad to bow. You slide it down to bow. Funny.
Finding one inspires Atsu and unlocks a new ability to help her on the journey ahead.
Yeah, you slide it down to bow. Funny as hell. If you remember, Infamous Second Son, where you use a touchpad to raise the DUP engines and then you destroy them. That's funny. Cute.
They are fun to find on their own, but for a quicker route, you can always buy a traveler's map from the cartographer. Ghost of Yotei isn't going to rush you through anything. You can choose what motivates you most. But we think the best way to play is to simply pull out your spyglass, find something interesting on the horizon, and enjoy the ride.
Let's ride.
Like if you saw Mafia the Old Country, the game allows you to skip the drive to your destination, which I thought was a little bit strange. It looks like this is automatic, and the game that started that would have been Far Cry 4, where you had auto drive, which is kind of a escape mechanic, because basically you could set a destination on auto drive, and you could go on your phone and check stuff until you get to your destination, which kind of similar to what's happening here. I think this is automatic, or it would make sense if it was. I don't know if it's good or bad. I just think that's what it is.
lands around Yōtei are fast. It's not about checking it all off, it's about engaging in the content that gets you excited.
It's not, hear that? It's not about checking it all off. It's about engaging in the content. That is exactly what we were dancing around. Checking it off. It's a checklist game. Honestly, just like Witcher 3 was, just like every Assassin's Creed game. It's a checklist game. These are the bunch of stuff you have to do. Go and do them at your time. Progress the story when you feel like. Checklist. The fact that they had to address it before we even mentioned it shows us that it's a checklist game. But the fact that we created a name for it is uncomfortable, but it's the truth. Checklist.
The lands around Yōtei are fast. It's not about checking it all off, it's about engaging in the content that gets you excited. Embrace that.
Ooh, we get boobies? If this game has boobies, then we could be talking seriously. Honestly, I don't mind.
Curiosity and let the wind guide you on your hunt.
Ezo is a dangerous place. Atsu always wields a weapon. As for which, that's up to you.
Let's see that hilt again. Sword looks badass.
Atsu always wields a weapon.
Not a bad hilt.
As for which, that's up to you. Will you choose a katana, spear, kusarigama, odachi?
He said it wrong. Kusarigama. He said that wrong. Let's hear it again.
Choose a katana, spear, kusarigama,
Okay. He got it right. But he just said it weird.
odachi.
Yeah, Odachi is the best, obviously. Everyone knows that. So I like the fact that they've expanded the weapon list. I think that's good because in Tsushima, I think you're just using a sword. So it means that you have different weapon trees, skill trees for different weapons. Yeah, that's a good enough expansion, honestly.
Or dual swords. Each is
So what? There's like Neo. Haha!
uniquely effective against a particular enemy and has their own set of upgrades to discover and master.
When psycho banners.
Let's see how she uses these weapons in the field, searching for leads on Lord Saito.
This is our food, from our soil. The soldiers needed more to free you.
Free us. Inokichi steals our crops while our families starve.
Atsu's no samurai or ninja. No, she's a lone wolf mercenary.
Oh, see? I got that. I called that from the beginning. Wow. That's some fucking insight. Like and subscribe for that. I said that at the very beginning of this video.
Who'll use every advantage, every dirty trick to win a fight. Combat has the feel of a classic samurai movie. Every motion counts. It's about lethal precision.
Yeah, so it's cool that you have multiple weapons and you can switch quickly on the fly. Yeah, there's nothing bad to say about that.
If an enemy swings hard, Atsu can lose her weapon. But
Wow. So you can be disarmed. That's good.
if an enemy swings hard, Atsu can lose her weapon. But
That's good. That's good. The ability to get disarmed is not common in games. The last game I think of is what? Skyrim? That was the last like major game where you could actually lose your weapon in the fight. So yeah, that works.
if she's quick, she can disarm them.
You're dead.
Choose the right weapon for the job. To fight a massive enemy, her huge Odachi blade is best.
No, see, I think just as a way to comment on game development and producing games and things like this, you shouldn't give us the game. You shouldn't give the game away before the game comes out. why are you telling us already how to fight these enemies? So there's something to be said about how the world works nowadays. In those days, nobody would ever tell you that, yeah, this is how you beat this type of enemies. These are challenging enemies, but here's how you beat them, 3 months before the game comes out. You should be able to give gamers the joy and the thrill of finding out, wait, all the weapons I have cannot beat these guys. How do I beat them? Then they can go online or they can ask their friends and say, how did you beat this guy? And then it turns out that you need an Odachi, but you never got one because that's not your playstyle. But the fact that they have to come out and sit you down and say, oh, when you see this difficult person, use this type of weapon, they're taking the wonder out of games, even in these gameplay deep dives. You can just say that the effectiveness of a weapon depends on the type of enemies used against. You don't need to tell us which weapons go for who. You don't. Yeah, I love Odachis, man. No matter where you find them, they're fucking amazing.
He looks like the one in charge.
Tonight, we feast!
Blades are great, but ranged weapons work too. And Atsu's got an arsenal.
Bounty hunter! A ghost!
I think they should get rid of these lines, these lights that tell you what you can parry and what you can't. There was a game called, I think it was Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z. It wasn't a very good game, but the game just said, look, enemies have different attacks. Figure out which ones you can parry, which ones you can't, and move on. Like, A, you shouldn't have to tell the player that. They did. But B, you don't need these lights, yellow lights, green lights, red lights, blue lights that tell you the type of attack that is coming, so this is what you do. I think, games, they should strive to be a little bit more immersive. Nobody's asking for a Souls-like. I'm just saying, let them be immersive where you can just feel out the game. You can decide if you want to trade with the attack coming or if you want to see if you can parry it. If you can't, well, tough titty. It's not necessary to keep showing people that this is the type of attack you can parry and this is the type you can't block, stuff like this.
Thrown weapons like kunai, bombs, or even blinding powder can give Atsu an edge. When enemies switch weapons, you'll have to adapt. Dual swords are best against spears.
Why are you telling us? See, why are you telling us this? Don't tell us. Let's find out for ourselves when we play the game. So, when you see that you're using your katana and the guy with the spear is fucking you up, then you figure it out on your own that, yeah, maybe I should switch to something else. That joy in discovering the strategy, the tactics, you are taking it from us by telling us 3 months before the game comes out that this is how you beat the guy with a spear. Stop it. Stop it. You're taking the wonder away from us.
No more!
Tell me what you know about Saito.
Atsu doesn't always fight alone. She'll meet several allies on her hunt, including a mysterious wolf.
What is this? Final Fantasy 15? I'm sorry, Final Fantasy 16?
Atsu can set up camp under the stars of Ezo. But she's not always alone.
Hey friend, share your fire with the traveling peddler?
What are you selling?
A mask said to be cursed with the unpredictable nature of its previous owner.
Camping under the stars is a great way to rest up, play your shamisen, or cook to ready for a fight ahead. It's also designed to help bring important characters and upgrades straight to you.
Oh man, this is like, Lord, what is that? What is that? Okay. Okay.
In fact, in place of the journal menu from Ghost of Tsushima, we've opted for a more character-driven way of managing allies and vendors you meet in Ezo. Over time, Atsu grows to have her own wolf pack. Here, you can keep track of when a sensei might have a weapon skill for you, or when a vendor has something unique to sell.
Oh, interesting.
Managing upgrades, resources, when to buy what, can be a burden in a big open-world game. At campsites, members of your wolf pack can catch up with you, offering upgrades and unique items. This helps ensure you have every opportunity to upgrade and prepare for Atsu's vengeance quest ahead. You don't have to leave where you're exploring, the game comes to you.
Okay, that's it. That's what I was trying to figure out. That makes sense.
While exploring Ezo, you'll discover all sorts of new armor, charms, and gear. Perfect for building up Atsu around your chosen playstyle. Are you stealth, ranged, or melee focused? Find and combine the pieces that are just right for you. And of course, customize the look of your armor and weapons to make sure that your version of Atsu looks and fights just the way you want. The score of Ghost of Yotei.
Think that you can play with subtitles.
誰だてめえ
The digital photography community for Ghost of Tsushima is incredible. We're happy to have photo mode back in Ghost of Yotei and look forward to seeing photos from your journey across Ezo.
Man, don't tease me with freaking split screen. Don't do that. Oh my god. Can someone make a split screen game? Or are we too old for it? Are we?
We want playing through Ghost of Yotei to feel like stepping inside of your favorite classic samurai films. So, from the beginning of the game, we're happy to offer a full Japanese voice track with full lip sync that you can play with subtitles.
誰だてめえ
Yeah, this hilt is fucking badass. I can buy the game just because of this fucking hilt. Crazy. Wonderful design.
生きてたか
狼の姫。一人残らず息の根止めたと思った。
また会えたな
刀鍛冶の娘。
覚えておけ。Atsu だ。
To take the feeling of stepping into a classic samurai cinema experience one step further, we are honored to once again partner with acclaimed director Akira Kurosawa's estate for Kurosawa Mode, which emulates his classic black and white films.
Wow. This is fucking awesome. Shit. I didn't expect how awesome this would be. It's crazy.
For Ghost of Yotei, we wanted to celebrate two other influential directors who have had an impact on the genre as a whole. First, we've partnered with Takeshi Miike, director of 13 Assassins, for a mode that puts the camera closer during combat for a more intense, raw experience along with increased mud and blood splatter.
13 Assassins. Do I know what that is? 13 Assassins. 2010 film. Did I watch this film? A remake. Interesting. 13 Assassins. Have I watched this movie before? I don't think so. Okay, we have to download that.
And lastly, we've partnered with the director of Samurai Champloo, Shinichiro Watanabe.
What? No, Samurai Champloo. Are you serious? No. You can't do that. Wow, you guys. Samurai Champloo. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's so thoughtful. That's so thoughtful. Wow. I'm surprised. I wonder what they're adding. 13 Assassins.
Watanabe. Turn this mode on to listen to some original lo-fi tracks directed by Watanabe himself.
Wow. This is so culturally, what's the word? It's so culturally sensitive. I don't know. I don't use the word sensitive. Like culturally aware, let's say. Like they went to meet the guy and say, please give us some music. Come on, man. That's fucking awesome. Samurai Champloo, man. Yeah. Respect. These guys, they're cultured. Let's put it like that. They're cultured. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. All right. Interesting. Yeah, I don't get copyrights. Like what the fuck? Stop. What is the limited edition console and accessories? It looks fucking awesome. They didn't get one for PS4 Pro. Strange. But this art is fantastic. So I guess that's pretty much it. There's nothing else left to say.
And take revenge as the on-rail. Ghost of Yotei comes out on October 2nd. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good game. Good looking game. Nothing much to say, nothing much to add. I don't detect anything fundamentally wrong with what I've seen. It looks good, sounds good, seems like it plays good. I just think producers need to stop giving the game away before the game comes out. Just say you need to adapt, change your strategy. You can't just keep using the same weapons for the same enemies or different types of enemies. You don't need to tell us how to win the game. Just let the players play and find out instead of telling us before the game comes out. But other than that, this is fantastic. Nothing left to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. See you in the next one.
After centuries of sleep, of nothingness, I have returned. Something comes back to me. I was great once. Feared. Yes. Once I was strong. Powerful beyond measure, beyond imagining. So weak now, must find blood.
The best guy at synthesizing this stuff, because he's just been hitting these things out of the park.